Hello everyone and welcome back to Freedom Through Confidence. My name is Ben, and in this video today I want to talk to you about how to pick yourself up when you're feeling low. And this is something that inevitably all of us are going to deal with at one time or another. You go through periods in your life where you just don't feel the greatest, where you just feel low, when you feel almost emotionally or mentally drained in some way. This could be an isolated incident, it could be part of a larger issue like stress or anxiety or depression. But knowing how to pick yourself up when you're feeling low is something that can very much change the course of your life if you practice it. It is as much of a skill as anything else, and of course what I'm talking about is self-compassion. This is something that is basically not spoken about among men, this idea that we need to be compassionate towards ourselves. Now, I know that for myself, I have a tendency to get pretty angry at myself when I do something wrong or when something just generally goes wrong in my life. For quite a long time when I was younger, I had a lot of trouble with thoughts of self-loathing and also self-harming actions as well. And so what I learned over time was how to implement self-compassion in my life in such a way that it would stop me from getting into those kinds of states again, because I know how difficult it can be to pull yourself up from a state of lowness. Now, this is something that is best worked on before you get into a state where you are feeling low. But if that's not the case for you, if you're feeling low right now, it can work as well. So let's talk a little bit about self-compassion, about what that means, about what that entails. Because whilst I'd love to be able to give you like a step-by-step blueprint or guideline for do this, this, and this, and that's how you do self-compassion, it's not really like that. Instead, what I have to give you is a framework for you to work within, for you to find the best ways to take the action that is going to be most effective to you. So let's talk a little bit about that framework, about the key principles of self-compassion. So the first important thing when it comes to learning how to be compassionate towards yourself is giving yourself a break. We forget all too often that we are, all of us, just fallible human beings, and we make mistakes or bad things happen to us. And when that happens, we have a tendency to beat ourselves up about it. But just the simplest reminder sometimes that it's okay, that mistakes happen, that you're only human, that you're not a perfect being, can help you to start to access a state of self-compassion. You wouldn't expect your friends and your family to be perfect 100% of the time, so why would you expect it of yourself? Give yourself a break. Just let yourself off the hook every now and then. Not everything has to be a perfect 100% display of kind of optimal living. The next thing is learning how to treat yourself right. This would be self-care, another topic that is not as often spoken about amongst men. This idea that you do have to take care of yourself, and this goes much further beyond just going to the gym every now and then, because that seems to be the self-care answer for everything when it comes to men. Go to the gym or get out into nature. And I'm not saying that these aren't good ways to take care of yourself, it's not the end all and be all. You have to find something that works for you. This means taking care of your body, this means taking care of your mind, and this means taking care of your emotions. Again, something that us as men are not often prone to do. And so you might take care of your physical body by maintaining a good sense of personal hygiene, or getting the right amount of sleep, or eating healthily, or yes, going to the gym. You might take care of your mental health by journaling, or speaking to a therapist or a counselor, or just hanging out with your support network of friends and family. You could take care of your emotional health in much the same way. But what is important is that you find the ways that make the most sense for you in terms of self-care, and then you do that. It is one of the most compassionate things that you can do for yourself, is to treat yourself with enough respect that you want to take care of yourself. Think about the message that you would be sending to your unconscious mind if you weren't taking care of yourself. The message would be that you're just not worth taking care of, and that would eventually lead to a belief that perhaps you're just not worthy of anything. You're never going to be good enough. That low self-esteem can lead to depression, and that depression can lead to any number of negative life outcomes. So this is something that I would encourage you to take seriously, the way that you take care of yourself. And when you do engage in self-care, it is a reminder to your mind, to your body, to your emotions, that you are worth it, that you are a person worthy of care and compassion and of love. And that really is the final part of learning how to pick yourself up when you're feeling low, is learning how to love yourself. I'm not asking you to find a place of complete and total unconditional love for yourself straight off the bat. That's something that has to be developed over years and years and years. I am not even there yet. Most people aren't there. It is something that's kind of strived towards rather than an actual end result. But what I like to encourage people on this channel to do is, instead of just throwing out the blanket statement of love yourself, I try to qualify it by saying just love yourself enough to be better. Self-love can be just as simple as telling yourself that it's okay if you made a mistake. It might be just as simple as forgiving yourself, or it might be something slightly more complex, like just taking yourself away for a nice holiday weekend on your own. It depends on what works best for you. But really, self-love, self-compassion, self-caring, it all falls together. It all creates this cycle that, when implemented, can be very successful in drawing you back up from a place of feeling low. So it is what I would encourage you to start to work on. Practice it as often as you can. Self-love, self-compassion, self-care. Find the ways that work best for you and then stick with them. It might feel a little weird at first, and you know what? If the terms themselves make you uncomfortable, self-love, self-compassion, self-care, don't use them. Just take care of yourself. Treat yourself like you would treat your friends, and then you can move forward from there. So that's all I've got for today. Let me know what your thoughts and questions are in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I put out a video every single day all about confidence and life advice for the average Joe. So if that's what you're into, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, share it with all your friends. And that's it. That's all I've got for today. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos here on this channel very soon.